I'm always happy about who is here. It's BBGuns, formerly known as Lazy Black Man in the Crib, as we do not care about the former name. We ain't haters.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey, it's a new day. It's a new day.
It is.
Hey, I'm mad. I'm still mad that Rich Chicken changed his name.
I'm actually mad upset that Rich Chicken changed.
Yeah, I totally forget about it. I forget that it even
Rich
happened.
Brian?
Yeah,
It's like Rich Brian.
It's like,
I thought it was just Brian or something.
No,
is it Rich Brian now?
Yeah, it's Rich Brian. I
man.
peeped the album and it was under Rich Brian. I was like, oh.
It doesn't have any ring to it at all.
It has no sauce. There's no sauce in it.
I was the same way about when Spooky Black changed his name. I'm like, I'm with the
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Like, he changed his name to Corbin. I was like, I have not heard a single song from this dude when he changed his name.
His album,
That album
Last
under
Corbin
Corbin
is
was good.
really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say listen to that. But I agree.
Even though I will admit, Spooky Black is way closer to the niggas might want to fight you line than most names. So back over to y'all. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves real quick. Let everybody know who's in the building with us.
I'm Boris Blackman.
I'm Lazy JP.
We're BBGuns, formerly Lazy Blackman, as previously said.
Yeah, Lazy
And Boris Blackman. Yeah,
So,
just put the names together, and that's how we got that one.
All right, well, that saves me a question on how y'all got to that. Which now, like I knew about the backlash before, but I was like, I didn't understand. I was concerned about why y'all chose the name in the first place. I'm like, I'm not mad about their name. I'm more concerned about they knew what they were calling themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't really experience a backlash personally. It just became like awkward sometimes, especially if I'm like alone. If I'm the first one that you meet.
Yeah, because he lives down here. So whenever we would have interactions with promoters or anything, like he's the one that's usually meet with people.
I didn't feel it just too many times where it was like I had to say, and then I didn't want to like say, well, my partner is black. Like I didn't want to just keep. That sounds even worse. Like so it makes it okay. It makes it okay. But no. So so then we just got tired of that. So we just try to think of a different name. Well, something that was like something we could like define more than something that would.
So what made the change BBGuns?
It took a while. It was a long, arduous journey.
Yeah, there was a lot of we would just go back and forth via like Facebook or whatever and just be like, what do you think of this for a name? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? So we would like take the ones that we both were like, okay, I can see that. And we're like putting them on the metaphorical corkboard, I guess you could say. And then BBGuns just happened to be the one that was like, we put this up. They like designed a couple logos and stickers and looked cool on the logos. It still flowed well. It sounded cool. It had a different, it didn't sound like a traditional rap act, so it kind of added like a different layer to it and just sort of, it was the cream, I suppose.
Yeah. I feel like it seemed like it wouldn't jump out at you, but like I love the way it looked on the flyer, and like we were really into, like I listened to like bands and stuff like that. I was really into like one-word band names at the time. So we just like kept trying just one words and seeing what. Took the space out. We took the space out. So that's how we compromised with the one word. But yes, like style wise, I just liked the way it looked, and one thing that was good about Lazy Blackman was that it really popped out on a flyer. It really popped out like period, like
for more ways than one.
Yeah, like I think it even looked good. Like it wasn't even just like the controversy of the name or whatever. I liked the way it looked, and so I don't know. We wanted to capture something like that would pop like that, and I felt like we kind of got that.
It definitely works. Like I said, it's unique. It doesn't. The good thing is it's BBGuns, so it's not like guns. It's still
that was the idea. To not be too edgy.
Like it still got the orange tip on it. Chill.
Yeah. Cap guns. Cap guns was also an idea that we want with people.
Okay. I'll be taking over these interviews, so I gotta like give myself breaks to let my man get in here.
So you're not from around here?
I live about 20 minutes to a half hour up 28 in New Kensington.
Okay.
I'm originally from that area too. We went to the same high school.
Okay, cool.
But I live in Bloomfield now. I live right by Lake Brillo Box.
Okay. So how would y'all say? Because I look at New Kensington, like I have a lot of family from Aliquippa. I kind of look at New Kensington as one of those places where people think it's Pittsburgh, but it's really not Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a way that you could put it. Depending on who you ask, then that's definitely something.
So would you consider it like wildly different than like what you? So when you might have friends or family that grow up in the city, would you consider it different than being around those guys?
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's what's the way to put it? There's a lot of New Ken is just it's a very interesting place. There's a lot of interesting there's a lot of really interesting people. No, like seriously, it's an interesting place. There are interesting people there, and just like anywhere else, like you go far enough in one direction, you'll find something. Someone's doing something. Same thing anywhere else. So I just keep to myself. I live on the top of the hill, outside of all of the BS. So I just stay on top of the hill and go where I need to go, and don't. And just I just mind my own business. If folks don't bother you, if you're not bothering nobody. So.
And how's it been your transition to the city life?
Yeah, it's not bad. I think the noise is definitely the only thing that I think is different. Is I live with other musicians, so they're playing music. The whole row of apartments at our place are bands and DJs and whatever. So you're just hearing loud things all the time. But other than that, it's really nice being in the middle of like all the art stuff happening, and like we can walk to gigs, which is nice. It's like the home base before gigs. But I mean, yeah, I like it. I don't know. I like it. It's a lot more convenient living in the city doing what we do.
Okay. So how did you guys come together to start BBGuns? Like become a group, duo?
I used to live. My first apartment that I had was like 2 blocks down the road from where he lived at, and because I actually asked him one day. One day I was walking somewhere to probably like my grandma's or to the store or something. I had my headphones on, and I'm one of those people. I'm one of those obnoxious people that folks hate whenever they're like listening to music that'll do the rap hands. And he said he was driving by and he saw me doing my rap hands. And he was just like, I wonder what he's listening to, whatever. And then like one day he hit me up on Facebook and was like, hey, like I saw you the other day like listening to music, and I saw like some of the songs you were posting. Like I'm starting to make music too. Like let's hang out, like show music to each other, and just whatever. And it was like, all right. And then from there it was like he made a project. Like we wrote some songs together. We recorded a few songs together, and then we were sitting down and just decided like, why don't we just go ahead and do this? Like we both kind of reside in like the same lane. We have similar interests. We have similar stylistically. Like let's just go ahead and just do it. And we've just been doing it ever since.
I'm just let you know that's something this man would do. So don't feel alone, because I feel like if you saw somebody bumping down the street and saw them getting into their groove,
that's me. If you guys
he's like Baby Driver. Well, I knew him before then. We went to the same high school.
Yeah, we knew each other before.
Okay,
it wasn't like, it didn't fall out of the sky.
Like, I'm not like I don't just approach strangers.
Yeah, we didn't just like fall out of the sky one day. Like, oh, here we go.
We were in Cub Scouts and stuff when we were kids.
Okay, so it's for real. Like,
but we weren't like tight friends. I think until that moment. Like,
we literally have the same story. We went to high school together, but it took college and doing the music before we got really close.
Yeah, because we finishing high school right after high school, we like found out that we had similar interests and we both wanted to do hip hop related stuff. And we liked a lot of we were both really into like the mixtape rap era of the time, and we would just talk about songs, and we'd start downloading beats, and then we'd make little goofy songs to them. We kind of learned how to do this together. We weren't very good in the beginning, but we just learned how to do it. We just learned how to do it, and we just kept at it. And now I feel like we're in like a really good place. Like I feel like we've arrived finally, after years of working and practicing and whatever. It's cool.
We always use the the Goku Vegeta like sort of metaphor where it's like you have like the kind of guys that are like they do the same thing, but they have different approaches. But whenever it comes together like perfectly, it's like that perfect synergy that you have.
And there's a competitive aspect too. Like, if like one of us figured out something before the other one, it'd be like the other one's would try to like figure out and catch up, and then they get ahead in a different way. And all that really is what I think enabled us to be what we are right now. Just having that kind of relationship.
So the relationship's more of you can do the fusion dance and do it perfect without using the poros, like the ear, like the
we could do
essentially
that.
We didn't need the earrings. We were just able to hit the dance perfect.
Hit it.
We just hit the dance perfect.
We're in sync.
I'm just gonna keep this up on
the DBZ references.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as much as like it's a funny reference, I think it definitely applies. Because like and the other thing is like yes men and stuff like that. We're both trying to be really honest with each other. We both try to like if he doesn't like something I do, he'll tell me or like what he doesn't like. And sometimes it's just a different style, like a different opinion on style. But other times it's like, oh, okay, or maybe try it this way. And I think that's another reason why we got a lot better. We hold each other to a standard, and I think that's what helps you get the best song possible. Is you're afraid to hurt feelings, or you're afraid to get your feelings hurt. It can limit your growth. I think as an artist.
If you can't make each other like feel bad, or not really feel bad, but like express it, then you can't be ready for what other people have to say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have to view it in the same lens that other people, like that anybody, stranger is going to view you if they saw it randomly on the internet. So that's like what we try to do.
Have either of you had to like talk the other one into doing a song that in the end y'all ended up liking, but like at the beginning it was like, fuck no, I don't want to do this, and the other one was like, I'm telling you, if we work on it right, this will be hot.
Yes.
There's one in particular actually on our on the Raw LP, one of the songs that we did by Brian Jonestown Massacre Jesus. Like at first, whenever he showed me the song, I listened to it, I was like, there's no drums on this. It's literally like a guitar, like the same acoustic guitar loop. Then there's a little bit of variance, like about halfway through it. I was like, I don't understand. I don't see what you see here. I do not see what you see. He was like, listen, just like, let me finish this verse. I'm working on it. Like, I'll show it to you. And then if you like it, then you can see what I'm saying. Then we'll go with it. If not, then we'll throw it away. And I was like, okay, fine. You showed it to me. And I was like, okay, I see what you're going for here. And then that turned out to be one of both of our favorite songs on that album.
Yeah. We like to mix things up a little bit, and sometimes when you're mixing paints, sometimes you're not always gonna get what it is at first, because it doesn't seem like it would fit together or something like that. The last project we did was like Lil Wayne mixtape on like indie rock songs and stuff like that. Like there's a lot more rock based stuff, and we would just like sample it and loop it in rap verses and like leave the hooks in. And at first it seemed like a weird idea, but then as we were doing it, we realized that like it worked. Like a lot of these like drum patterns were like big drums or whatever. Like it was upbeat stuff, and it flowed really well. And then that kind of like that experimenting with that, and that seemed to work like live and stuff. We kind of trying to capture that with the album we're doing now, like with original production instead of like Lil Wayne rock songs.
Okay. That's dope. And everybody knows who watched the show. I like hearing artists say that they like to dip outside of hip hop to do things. So that's always cool to me. When it comes to y'all two in hip hop, who would have been the people you looked up to before y'all decided to start rapping yourselves?
Lupe, Nas, MF Doom. I was actually, for a while, I was actually real big on like West Coast underground freestyle rap. So I was really on on the swim team, Freestyle Fellowship, like what would be that? Like Bus Driver, Dumbfounded, AC Alone, Open Mike Eagle, some of those guys. But then I'm also like just folks from everywhere, really, because it really turned into a matter of absorbing what was out there, like as a whole, and then just picking through like, okay, I like this, and this guy does this, so we'll keep this. Well, that dude isn't all. I don't like this dude is cool to listen to, but I'm not really seeing a technique, so we'll throw this out. So it's really just like, it's a really eclectic mix, but the core is definitely like Lupe, Nas, and MF Doom for me.
That's an interesting core, because those are three completely different people.
I don't even think that different. Maybe because like we just like that's what we're.
Well, yeah, I think
we're eclectic guys, so it just seems like natural.
Yeah, there's like to me, like and other people have said that too. Like to me, like they're not that different from each other.
They're lyrically based.
Yeah, like they're more like lyric based.
I was just talking about mentally.
Oh yeah, yes, you're completely right in that sense.
You're
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
You're right.
No, I do. I consider Lupe, MF Doom, and Nas as lyrical geniuses in the game. Nas is taking it more of a not even mainstream. He's worldwide with it. Yeah. MF Doom has chosen to stay in a place where he is.
Yeah, stay in the mud. He just lives in
it.
Yeah.
And Lupe doesn't know what he wants to do.
Yeah,
Lupe's too busy popping off the handle and being like, I'm the best lyricist of all time.
That's like, a sad story.
He went from trying to fight Cudi to trying to fight Kendrick. I'm like, neither. You shouldn't be fighting either. You're better than Cudi rapping, even though I'm a huge Cudi fan, and I don't really know what would happen if you went after Kendrick.
I feel like
just don't. It makes him sound out of touch.
He's starting to sound like 50.
Yeah, like it's bitter that his star is falling.
So how about you?
Okay. I definitely love Lupe as well, but let's see the first two records. Like they're important records to me. Kanye West is probably I think is the GOAT.
Kanye is one for me as well.
But then I like a lot of Def Jux stuff. I like LP and Cage and Atmosphere and stuff like that. I like a lot of the backpack rap and like mixtape era stuff. Like we were really into like old Wiz back in the day and like all those guys, Cool Kids and Asher Roth, and like there were so many like people coming out. This Kid Cudi, love Kendrick. We love that, like all that kind of stuff. Odd Future is a big one for me. Like Tyler and Earl specifically, Frank specifically. Yeah, I have a lot. I draw from a lot of stuff rap wise. I feel like I named a million things, but yeah, I think it's good to like draw from different places.
Do you guys have a hip hop duo that y'all think y'all mirror a lot to, or anything like that?
Yeah, I think that being a duo, it's just natural. I see it sometimes with like Run the Jewels or
Run the Jewels is a big
even like Outkast. I like definitely think like maybe not our style, but like our demeanor and the way we each approach like the sides of songs. I definitely would see. Trying to think of what other duos. Those two mainly is what
those would be the ones I think, because I wouldn't really say there's some other duos.
League Brothers.
Yeah, League Brothers. Actually, League Brothers might be one that could be a strong comparison. But
well, that's because we're just big fans of Cage and Tame. But yeah, that's definitely one.
Other than that, I don't really think so.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I know, because I was thinking other ones, and I'm like, I couldn't see y'all as the Clips type. Y'all look.
I like Clips. We love the Clips.
Yeah, the Clips are great. I love me some Clips. I'll bang on a lunch table any day.
I'm a big Pusha T fan, man.
And then I've like I said, from the songs I've heard, y'all. I mean, the new kids, y'all look into the new kids that much at all?
Oh, no, I haven't really checked them out too much.
Okay. Then on more of a personal note, back to the new Ken side, how did y'all feel about the what happened with the cop last month or 2 months ago now?
Living out there, you see like I have kind of a two-sided opinion on it. Like it's sad, one period point blank, because like regardless of who you are, whatever your profession is, I wouldn't, or who you are in general, I mourn the loss of human life, period point blank. That's just sad in general. You never want to see somebody lose their life by like, from what I've read of the story, from like, doing your job. You just happen to catch the wrong one and things happen. But at the same time, I've also I feel a way about how the community kind of sits with it, because especially like out my way, like it's another one of those scenarios where it's like, police are the gold standard of human beings, like whatever. And people, it just seems like, and my question would always be like, well, would you all be putting up signs and holding spaghetti dinners and doing all this stuff if that was just regular old me or some of these other people that are here? Because they're not any less important than this dude just because he has on a badge and a uniform. Like, so for me, it's just one of those questions where I would like to see people maintain that same energy whenever we're losing people in our community, like period point. Not just whenever it's someone that people want to hold in high regard for whatever reason.
Yeah, I feel like communities, like some of the outside of New Kent communities, like wait for something like that to happen. You know what I mean? Just so they can have something to like say, see, like this happens too. I don't know. It's sad. I definitely feel bad, like you said, like for anyone who lost their life, but it's weird how you see people react to stuff like that.
Yeah, I watched an hour-long footage of his casket being moved from the church to wherever they were taking it in New Kensington.
Yeah, the block was shut down, like all the main road. Like I said, I live on the top of the hill. Like I live right on the main road. The whole main road was like shut down. Like luckily I was at work whenever it was all going on, because I would have been pissed if I would have been at work. But like, yeah, they had cones lined up from one end of Freeport Road all the way to the other one, shutting it down for the procession. It was wild.
I would say it's interesting. Like I said, it's people look at New Kent as another suburb of Pittsburgh, but it's its own city. So like that took over your town for a few days, and it was national news for a little bit too.
And honestly, like I'm just happy that the police are the ones that found dude before some of those people that live out my way do, because there's some wild folks that there are some folks that might have shot their shot,
or even just like
literally and metaphorically.
Or even just like generalizing, and like I could just see people in that area reacting bad ways. So like if they didn't catch him, or if they didn't catch him,
if they wouldn't have caught him, it would have been free range on. I wouldn't have been able to leave the house. I wouldn't be here. I would be too afraid to walk out the house. These people are wild.
Being where I live at now, I live in an apartment complex, but all around the apartment complex is the suburbs, and I don't trust what goes on. So I get it. But and I feel like you know what I'm talking about. So, but all right. But back over to the music side. So what do y'all got coming up soon? Like what's y'all plans for the 2018?
Oh, we got an album coming out on Valentine's Day, a week from today. So that'll be a big deal. But we got a bunch of music. We have 2 music videos out. We got another one on the way. We were gonna drop that soon, but
so I saw y'all release a track this morning.
Yeah, we released a track today. We had a bunch of content that we've been trying to trickle it out properly, and I think we're doing well. And yeah, that's why we wanted to like get in touch with you guys and talk about it. And we appreciate being here. But yeah, the album's coming out. I'm excited. It's gonna be on everything, Spotify, all that stuff. Yeah. We just got the CDs back, so it's just exciting time. You baked this baby for a year or so, and now it's time to give birth.
I'm loving the metaphors and puns here.
Yeah,
that's what we do. That's what we do. We just throw them out.
Man, we're all about analogies.
As long as y'all doing them and he ain't doing them, I'm cool.
Oh yeah, we like cheese. Dad jokes.
But saying that, you got any good questions you want to ask?
I feel disrespected.
It wasn't meant to be respectful.
All right. Going back to music. So you're just talking about how music that you like, different. What would you say JP sounds like, and what would you say Bars sounds like? Who would you like?
It's funny. We've had this conversation before. We've waited for this.
There was a time where I would have called him what I like to refer to as lazy Cage P, where he has kind of like gets in that bag where he kind of has like, you can tell where that Cage influence is there. More recently, I don't even know because he's been like on this album, like he's really been all over the place. He's been doing a lot of different things, like really like using his voice more like as an instrument, trying to do like sing something like kind of stylistically in one direction, singing something stylistically in another direction, rapping, so like kind of rapping one way, one song, rapping another way on one song, but it's all still remains at a high degree. Like it all still comes. No, seriously, like it all still like he still comes with it like to a very, very high degree. Like there's even times where we've been recording and like it'll be like I'll hear him like he'll be like recording a hook and it'll be like, okay, well like we got through that one. Now let's go ahead and get it cleaner. Okay, now let's get it cleaner. Oh wait, this note's messed up, and you're just sitting there like, come on, dude. Come on. But he gets it. But it's in there. He gets it right, and it always sounds cool. Like you know what I mean? It's just that I don't really know. I couldn't put a name to it now.
Okay.
This JP, it's just JP.
Okay.
Wow. It's funny that you say that because that was always my cop out for you because it's always hard to say what. You can see glimpses of this, you see glimpses of that, but it's like hard to say. Oh, he sounds like so and so. You definitely had a big Currency influence in your early days.
Yeah.
Like flow wise, I think I hear a big Jay-Z influence in like delivery and stuff like that, like in the foundation. But like bars wise, that you draw from the more lyrical people, like you mentioned, like Nas, Doom, and Lupe. But you like do it in your own way. Like I don't know, you got your own thing. You're Bars Blackman.
Yeah, like that, and that's like that's sort of. I think that's also like not to go off of the actual question, but I think that's kind of something that like early on, like through the years, whenever you have styles that are like that, and not just one, but two of them that frequently collaborate and work together. And then like we've always kind of had for a while, not on the outside looking in, on the inside looking out, but literally being in the middle, just like, who wants to hang out? Whose table can we sit at? And then we're just like, oh, okay, well, we'll just stand here and we'll eat our lunch together and talk. And
it's true. Yeah, I feel like we very are like an island of misfit toys in terms of like scene where we stand in the scene. It's like because we have hip hop, but we also like it's like a lot of rock and pop like singing elements. Like I sing a ton more on this album than I ever did before, and like I feel like how you were saying, like I'm trying to like find myself style wise there, and that's what I'm trying different things and whatever. Like I feel like I'm more secure with with where we are as MCs, and I think it's the thing that we're exploring is more melodic direction. But yeah, that's. I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like that's that's really the size of it. Is just been
just doing it.
Who would you say is your bigger rock influences?
There's a lot. I think in the beginning when I was young, I liked a lot of people that mixed stuff then too. So like your Linkin Parks or your Sublimes or your Becks of the world. They're like maybe they're not the most maybe Sublime and Linkin Park are the most critically acclaimed bands of all time. But what they did do is they were trying different stuff and mixing stuff together. So like you could rap on something that was more rock based, or you could sing on something like a hip hop break beat or something like that, and it sounded good, but it's more like rock style like songwriting. And I think that I took it from there, and then but like recently in the last few years, I've been really into like Blur, like that's the guy from Gorillaz' band, and like Oasis and like Britpop bands and like The Cure and this like 80s bands. I've just been trying to like listen to whatever, and yeah, just grow. It's like I want to know what's good, what's out there. I don't want to miss out on anything because I might want to steal something.
Shout out to British pop music. I actually think it's better than American pop music, so fuck with that.
Yeah, like in the 90s.
You aren't wrong.
In the 90s, I feel like there was a lot of like, there were pop songs, but they were like, they were bands, and then they were like electronic elements, but like they had to be dancey too, but they were like still like rock kind of songs. Like they had a lot of elements to them, and I think that's what I liked about it. And like you could hear like a hip hop kind of like drums, but it's like a song that they're singing. Because like what our philosophy is I want to hear a piece of music that's not like rap and then rap on it. Right. Like that's like what we like experiment. That's like the biggest thing in experiment. Listening to any kind of music is like, what would this sound like if there was a hot 16 in the middle of it? Exactly. And then we started. We tried, and sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it sounds cool. I think rap is like musical like hot sauce. You can just put it on anything, and it makes it better. It enhances the flavor.
I give you that. Rap is the only genre where I can say that I've listened to our artists be featured on almost any genre that you could think of, or in some cases, like in Nelly, Tim McGraw comes to us. Like,
yeah.
But
it's not always great, but when it works,
but the fact that it's possible that you can put like this into this and it not sound like you're like a train wreck, that actually sounds like a cohesive thing is the impression part.
Unless your name's Katy Perry.
Yeah. And that's the problem is I think that hip hop every time hip hop gets injected into other genres, sometimes it doesn't end up being like good. Like there's examples, of course, like you have great bands or rappers who make more rock oriented stuff and it works out, but it's usually like a band that doesn't get hip hop, or like when a rapper tries to do rock, like maybe they don't get rock, maybe like your Lil Wayne, like that Lil Wayne album or something like that. We're trying to forgot
all about that.
Exactly. We're trying to like balance that, I feel like there's a spot where like you can have an understanding of different sides of things and find that sweet spot where it's not just like pop, sell a pop, like throw rap first on it just because it's the hot thing to do.
I call it the Snoop effect.
Yeah. And then you end up having Kendrick on Taylor Swift songs. Like that's.
I wasn't that mad about that.
No, but that's
he kills it,
but that's the things that are possible. But like, well, it's more like a Gorillaz. I think is the perfect example of an approach that we're trying to take.
Yeah.
Is that like there's raps all over it. There's rap like production wise and MCs are on it, but there's also like singing and like whole songs that are like more of a rock approach or different from different genres.
Shout out to Dell.
Yeah, we're big Dell fans.
Yeah, shout out to Dell for getting one of the hottest verses of like our generation.
Dell's a big one for us, I'd say.
Yeah, I peeped out your track list. So that looks in, you got 12, 13? 13. Yeah, you got noticed that you had Walkman on it, so that you guys worked together with him.
Yeah.
One of our he's our local artist of the year of the album was 2017.
Oh yeah.
So do you think he brought in the work that we said that he brought out? That we thought,
Yeah,
his verse
he bodied
good.
it.
Yeah,
he bodied that.
He's got such a smooth flow and such a nice voice.
Yeah.
But, like, that's something I'm envious. I wish I had a cool sounding voice. I think it's taken me a long time to like feel comfortable about rap voice. And he's got that in spades. He just killed it. I knew that we would get him, and whatever we put him on, it would just work.
Okay.
And the song that we have with him is like more like a cypher style song.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like hit big boom bap and like lyrical verse. And I knew he would be fine. It would be perfect for someone.
What else? I noticed you got a lot of production. Crack Kills.
He did the first. He did the first song.
He made the first song.
Okay.
We did the. That's if we did we recorded and mixed and mastered. He did all that.
Mm-hmm.
So we did it at What If Studio.
He's actually done pretty much all of them. I think we've done everything
Project
that
we've ever
either of
done.
us have ever done. Period. Together or separate.
Like record and master wise. Like we've kind of all came up together in the same area because his studio's out in Springdale. Okay. But yeah, C. Scott is who produced a good majority of the album. That's my roommate actually, and he's kind of like had a big like last 6 months as a producer. He just did a Hot Mass a month ago, and yeah, he's kind of getting out there and like he does a lot of like soul, funk, and stuff, and he's just started getting into house stuff. Okay. Which I don't know if you've heard the singles, but like the one is like more like a disco-y flair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that the
Dreamcast?
Yeah. Okay, that one.
Yeah. So he did that one. He did actually both singles we have out now, not the one we did today, but the two before. And yeah, it's been nice to like living with somebody and have your producer live with you and it was nice to be more hands-on on the production side of things. Not that we changed a lot with him because he's good, but like even if for other beats, like we go with the stems for everything, and if we need something tweaked or whatever, it's nice to have him there.
Well, so you have a couple other producers, Shade Corbin, right?
Shade Cobain,
Cobain, sorry.
Yeah. Happy birthday! I think his birthday's today.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, happy birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was watching people give him happy birthdays on Facebook.
Oh,
wow!
Happy birthday, Shade.
So he released a song on his birthday. I didn't even know. Wow.
That's like an accidental birthday.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Happy birthday. We just
It
put
was-
out a song with him today. Lost Soul.
Plug. #plug.
So I never get to ask this question before we go to our break. Are y'all prepared for the second half of your interview?
What is the second? That depends.
So Who and What Wednesdays is always 2 segments. You guys heard the first, the Who, and then what are we tasting? So
We're not gonna let you know until
Okay, I understand what the point of the question
You
was now.
you asked if we had any food allergies, and then I was like, maybe they're just gonna order pizza or something. Something nice,
Yeah, like that's what I
make
thought
sure
too.
they're not vegan or something. And okay, all right,
Late.
okay.
I'm bored.
okay.
I'll say what's funny is
I had a question about the CD title.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, Thirst.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a concept, kind of loose concept.
Yeah, it's like
It's being thirsty. It's being like the feeling of thirst, being thirsty. A lot of the songs are about relationship stuff and dating in the Tinder age. And I think that thirst is a feeling. We all have things that we thirst for. Maybe not even just like love or lust related things.
Yeah, like being thirsty for success, being thirsty for attention, being thirsty for anything. It's just about that. It's that feeling and how you process it and move through it and how you can use it instead of just wallowing and being dehydrated, you can go out and like, you know what I mean? You can go out there and like, you know, find whatever it is that your water is.
There's just one last thing to add. It's like there's a lot of songs that bring up being lost or like wandering, and that's like kind of like the picture of like wandering through the desert. I think I even bring that up on a couple of songs we talk about, like walking in the desert, and I think that's where it comes from. It's just like being thirsty.
So you're flipping what I think in recent terms, thirsty has been turned into like a bad term.
Ew, you thirsty?
It is. but we're all thirsty at some times. You know, like maybe not in the extreme way, like the meme way, but like you know, in terms of like maybe wanting something or someone, and it doesn't work out or whatever, and you know, you're thirsty for whatever, being with somebody or whatever. Yeah.
I like that. I really like that name.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Now thirsty to listen to thirst.
You're thirsty for thirst.
Because of what y'all said, I'm interested in the review just because of the topic matter that y'all talked about. And I mean, I know the whole CD isn't about it, but I'm interested to hear a song about attempting to date in the Tinder age, because it's like the most awkward thing in the world. We grew up thinking we were gonna have to holler at these chicks on the street, and then app showed up.
And now you do this all day.
And it isn't always so literal, but like just like the things that can happen and the progress things, I think come up a lot.
And like I know I'm not gonna talk a lot about it, but I know like for me, like it's been the last like year and change has been like rough for me. So like making this album was actually really like cathartic. Would I be using?
Yeah,
it was very cathartic because I was able to actually like listen to the songs like and be able to like process the actual like feelings with each of the songs. Each verse is rooted for me is rooted in something like very, very like honest and like to the core.
Yeah, I went on more first dates in 2017 than I ever have in my life because of the apps. Like just like meeting new, like speed dating, but like not speed dating. And I think that was like I was venting and I had some things that I really were into and that didn't pan out. Like, and the same things kept happening. So I wrote, vented and wrote a bunch of songs about them.
And I was going on first dates for the first time in 5 years. So it was a very interesting thing.
We y'all actually going on dates, man. I get bitches like, you pay my electric bill? Like, bitch, we're talking 2 dates.
You still on this?
That would be, listen, I learned my lesson. That's a hard no unless there's a ring on it. That's a hard no. You got half?
It's not just that. Bitches that only be posting headshots and trying to make themselves look cute and then they come out and you fucking Resfusia and shit.
That's how they get the good angles.
Yeah, I think we have a song on the album called Disguises, and it is about
how people wear our metaphorical disguises.
Either like as personality or physically. And that's exactly what that song. That's what that inspired that song is catfishing.
Okay, that's pretty funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm glad you found me. I had an example to grab onto before this is over.
So before we get into our break, we are a world that we live in Pittsburgh. We're wrapped with around the sports. How did y'all feel about the Super Bowl?
I ain't watched that shit.
I did. I did, and I was very pleased with.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl, let alone win it. But I was at least happy that the Eagles could pull it through.
Yeah. I'm just sick of seeing Tom Brady's face. I'm sick of him winning things. I don't want him to win a Super Bowl, playoff game, regular season game, preseason game, fireman's raffle, celebrity softball game. I don't want to see him ever win anything ever again.
Tell us how you really feel.
That's the line.
I don't want to see him ever win anything again. But that being said, he already has the bag. He has this hot supermodel wife who has an even bigger bag than he has. So, you might have lost a trophy, but you won at life. So at least you don't have 2 dubs. At least you don't have 2 dubs.
Wow.
Unfiltered.
Hey, that's what we give y'all. So
Hot take.
they're happy now. They smiling now. We about to be back in about 5 minutes. It's a GM Worldwide Radio. I'm not sure if they'll still be smiling after we show them what they're about to get into. Before we go, give them all y'all tags and how to reach y'all and stuff like that.
At Bars Blackman, BARZ_BLKMAN. That's my handle on everything, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. And if you want to get that ass whooped on PlayStation, bars_Blackman824.
Wow.
And what? We need,
What?
to know, we need to know the game.
You can get it in that NHL. You can get it in that Naruto Ninja Storm. You can get it in
Wow.
that Battlefield.
Wow.
You can. I will purchase 2K to whoop somebody. In
Wow.
2K.
You're not
Also,
even
don't do that because our other co-host Brick that's here on Mondays has been out here just looking for people to play in 2K.
Wow. That's it.
Well, I will. Well, if there's a worthy competition, I may consider copping that new one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
No, I'm just talking.
What's your team? What's your team on Naruto though?
What's my team?
Yeah.
I just switch it up. My main is my main dude is Madara. My second would probably be my second would probably be Jiraiya, and my third would be one-armed Sasuke.
One-armed Sasuke?
One-armed.
Okay.
No, we don't need two arms over here. Fam.
You really don't.
Wow.
He was. I mean, that was the best Sasuke,
He's
I
probably
guess.
gonna get our one boy to call you by the end of the night. Think Gene got online?
Gene-
Oh wait, Gene got the Xbox.
He got that Xbox. Yeah, no.
Because Gene will hop on in a heartbeat.
Oh, Gene.
So-
Gene's.
I feel like he's took a lot of thunder. But give him everything. Try to give us
Yeah, jeez. It's at Lazy Japan on Instagram and Twitter. I thought maybe we'd plug the BBGuns stuff. BBGuns.bandcamp.com
Yeah, that
and
too.
SoundCloud.com/BBGunsPGH.
Look for us on your streaming sites, your Apple Music, your Spotify,
Yeah, we're on.
Tidal, all that. You know.
So we'll be right back. We got who's in the house. We're about to get into the what in about 5 minutes. You know what it is. It's GM Worldwide Radio, Unfiltered. We give it to you straight. We'll be right back in a second.